Oh, hey. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was too busy reading my cat. Too busy reading my cat. Too busy reading my The Rock Pikachu. Too busy reading The Ultimate Player's Guide to Minecraft, a classic old book that is so filled with nostalgia for me that I can't even tell you. This book basically got me into, PC Minecraft. See, back when I was a wee child, I used to play on the Pocket Edition, which used to look like this. I think I played the demo for a little bit, where you couldn't even save your worlds and you had to start a new world every time, and that was fun. I was so intrigued by Minecraft on Pocket Edition that we begged our parents for an Xbox for Christmas so we could play the big Xbox version of Minecraft, which, according to this book, is not quite as big as the PC version of Minecraft, and that was too much for me to bear.
I was looking at the publish date going, this can't be right. 2014 wasn't that long ago. Guys, it's 2024, I'm just old. 2024! The years before mending, elytras, and everything being super available on the internet. At least that's what my 12 to 13-year-old self thought. I don't know if that's true. Darkness descends, and with it comes an unearthly groan. Strange figures appear in a distant gloom, lurching towards you. A slithering slurp shrieks into your senses from behind. A cold finger of fear trips down your spine. Welcome to Minecraft. This book, The Ultimate Player's Guide to Minecraft by Stephen O'Brien, was what I read over and over again back in the old days when I was playing Pocket Edition Lite, Pocket Edition, and eventually Xbox 360 Edition. I remember sitting in the bathroom reading this book over and over, word for word, because it fascinated me and continues to fascinate me, even though a lot of its stuff is outdated or common knowledge by now. Now, of course, first things first, we have to register for an account on the official Minecraft website. Look how beautiful it is. Don't you like this high-rendered model of Steve, the little pig and the sheep there? Oh my goodness, the official Minecraft trailer. We need to make an account on here so that we can download the game and play the special launcher. This is our wonderfully designed launcher right here. Our play button. Here's how we change what version we're using. The current version, of course, being 1.6.2. This is before I started playing PC Minecraft. I started playing around 1.7, 1.7.10 is the first version I remember playing on PC. Compared to our modern launcher now, or other third-party launchers that exist over the internet, this looks a little bit outdated, but it is so classic for me. Building a shelter looks like this. Who remembers their first day in Minecraft, either digging a hole in the ground or digging out a dirt mound like this? Now, one of the things I find most fascinating about these first few chapters isn't that they give me any sort of crazy information, although it is kind of funny to see how outdated some of this is, but remembering the mindset that I was in when I first read this book when I was 12 or 13 years old. Up to this point in time, I hadn't really played a game like Minecraft before. I was a Nintendo man. I was on the Game Boy, playing Pokemon, I was playing Fossil Fighters on the DS, Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. An open world experience was brand new to me. I remember when I first heard about Skyrim, I was intrigued by it. I read about it in an old GameStop magazine and was so impressed by the open world concepts. But this was earlier than me hearing about Skyrim. This was being able to do absolutely anything. You want to build an underwater base made out of glass? You can do that. You want to build an ender chest so that you can access your belongings anywhere in the vast, infinite world of 30 million blocks? Sure, go ahead. Nothing's pre-built for you. Nothing is easy and structured and linear. This is an open world game. But of course, not only is Minecraft open world, but it's block by block open world. You can affect every single aspect of your world, and that, to me, was novel. That was crazy. And this book introduced me to a whole new world of gaming that I've been interested in for over 10 years now. We can see all the old levels for trying to find these different ores, and these are of course outdated now that the world generation has gone deeper, but to me, this meant strategy. This meant there was a rhyme and a reason to this infinite, vast, open world that I could meticulously go through and discover in order to make the most out of my time in it. Combat. I was used to straightforward combat, jumping on Goombas' heads in Minecraft or pitching Pokemon against each other in turn-based combat. Not this. Not a world where there were zombies and spiders and creepers and cave spiders, which were probably the most dangerous mob at the time. No piglins, no pillagers, nothing like that. Creepers and cave spiders were what I was most afraid of. I feel like in the olden days too, creepers would really creep up on you a lot more than they do nowadays. Especially with the darkness being a lot worse in older versions of Minecraft, this could genuinely be a pretty scary game. Ah, you poor soul. Minecraft is a game where there is a little bit of strategy. There's a little bit of things that you can do in a certain optimized way to make your chances of success better. If you're wearing leather armor versus diamond armor, there's going to be a mechanical difference in the game. Reading the little guided strategies in here, like how to water my crops, was such a cool concept to me. I didn't know all these tricks. I wasn't going on the internet to the Minecraft wiki to be able to check how to do all these things most optimally. I was playing on Xbox, I didn't care. And I think not caring about the optimal strategy and then being introduced to a really watered down version of them in an old guidebook was like finding a gold mine for me, a gold mine of information that I could use to just a little bit improve how I played, but also open me up to the idea that there was so much more, and the Xbox 360 and Pocket Editions were not the end-all be-all of Minecraft. Going into redstone here, which a lot of it I still don't even understand, but this was before we even had observers. We would use pistons to get our crops farmed automatically. Being able to set up your own machines, block by block, to do just about anything you wanted to was crazy. It was unbelievable. I would see on YouTube sometimes people who made redstone computers before observers, back almost a decade ago. It's crazy. Back before the days of elytra, horses were such an amazing method of transportation, a friend in this infinite world that you could make your own and explore the 30 million by 30 million block world. One thing I don't miss is old boats. Then we get to creative construction. This really opened up the game for me. Of course, we've got massive builds like the King's Landing from Game of Thrones, which looks like an entire game on its own, but we also just have the simpler builds, like a base on top of a lonely mountain in the middle of nowhere. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy, but it's something that somebody individually, creatively built in a non-linear way. This was Minecraft. Freedom, exploration, open world. You can build whatever, wherever, however you want. I would look at pictures like this of building underwater with glass and thinking how cool that would be to do myself. We didn't have things like conduits, or I don't even know that we had sea lanterns, so we had to use jack-o'-lanterns, glowstone underwater, or even just shifting the brightness slider. I remember reading about redstone and being so confused on it, something that persists to this day, but being so interested by what all these different blocks could do, especially when we started to get to the logic gates. This book actually goes into a little bit, if I can find it, goes into logic gates, like not gates, or gate, or and gates, or nor gates, and to this day I still don't really understand how these things work, but it's something that I can explore, and I can continue to explore and learn. That's what I was interested in. Not necessarily the specific redstone mechanics, because they were confusing to me, but being able to learn so much about this open world and being able to interact with this world in any way that I wanted to. Learning redstone like this, figuring out what the heck a comparator does, those are things that I want to explore in my Roots series that I'm doing right now. Kind of a back to basics vanilla Minecraft experience where I don't look up how to build these massive farms and, use the wiki for every single thing, but figure things out myself. Mess around with redstone that I've never messed around with before. Use minecart rails, even though there's not really a need to anymore with elytras. This was the mode of transportation back in the day. This book taught me how to build bookshelves, how to get enough experience to start enchanting, what all the different enchantments were, what they did, and what items they went on. We didn't have stuff like mending at this point in the game. Enchanting was really vital to Minecraft, and you didn't just craft one set of tools and then you're good to go. You had to use things like anvils to constantly repair your tools. There's a little bit of mechanical structure there, but it's up to you how you want to use it and interact with the game. I myself didn't really interact with potions very much. And I think that's part of what makes Minecraft so special, is having little bits of life, little bits of structure, little bits of mechanics, and then letting the player choose how to interact with those things. Are you going to build a wall around this village? Are you going to kill all the villagers in it? Are you going to loot them? Are you going to help them build up their farms even bigger? Totally up to you. Look at this old villager UI, oh my goodness. You can find these different structures scattered across the world. This was new to me too. Coming from Nintendo games of scripted worlds, linear pathways, pre-constructed buildings, just happening to stumble across a jungle temple, which might happen to have some good loot in it, was such a cool experience. Who the heck used a compass? Ever. Or a clock. Come on, man. If playing in a nearly infinite 30 million by 30 million block world full of randomized structures and magic and potions and farming and redstone isn't enough, there are of course the other dimensions I was introduced to, like the Nether. This is basically all that existed in the Nether at this time. Ugly looking netherrack, lava pools, and yeah, that's about it. Here's the things that you need to bring to the Nether, by the way. Expert opinion. Full set of iron armor, okay, couple of iron pickaxes, few swords, sure, lots of torches, stack of wood blocks, an iron door, and some iron bars. Use these to create a temporary shelter for crafting, healing, taking a breather, and so on. Wooden doors can burn when hit by fireballs in the Nether, even though they are immune to fire in the overworld. Don't forget to bring some iron buttons so you can open the door. What the heck is an iron button? Now, I don't know anybody that brings iron doors and iron bars into the Nether to make makeshift shelters, but again, the amount of strategy, the amount of variability, the amount of creativity you could have in this. He suggests building an iron shelter because it's stronger than a wood shelter. Well, you could also just use dirt. This is such a creative option. Wooden doors being able to burn in the Nether, that's so interesting to me. But mods and multiplayer, this is the section that most intrigued me. Coming from whether it was mobile or Xbox at the time, mods and multiplayer were pretty foreign concepts to me. On Xbox, you could jump into different people's worlds through Xbox Live, but they were mostly just kind of private servers of little survival towns and things like that, not massive multiplayer. Introducing me to Herobrine. This might have been the first time that I had heard about Herobrine, a myth in an infinite world. Oh my gosh, these are some blasts from the past. This one's still around. Minecraft skin editor, we've got Nova Skin, of course. This still looks pretty similar to how it did back then. This one, Skincraft, this one does not ring a bell to me. I don't think this one's around anymore. Of course, not only could you change your character's skin, you could change how the entire world looks, like with DokuCraft. This fantasy-looking texture pack was so interesting to me at the time, even though I'm not a huge fan of it now. We've got suggestions like Faithful32, which I still use to this day. Changing how the entire world looks, and then also how it functions. Installing mods was such a foreign concept to me coming from Nintendo games. It seemed kind of scary and a little bit hard to do, but once you get it done, we can have beautiful things like too many items. What a blast from the past. Too many items was the forerunner of a lot of different mods like Not Enough Items, Just Enough Items that we have today. And it looks a little bit different. This screams nostalgia to me. If you want to go on the YouTube side of things, just have a YouTuber take a weird looking piece of TNT and blow up half their world. That was pretty cool too. Or the first minimap mod that I ever used, REI's minimap. I believe this came out even before like Zero's minimap, voxel map, before things like that. REI's minimap was the way to go. We don't have any fancy sodium setting screen here. It's just a pretty default basic UI here. Legendary beasts. Not only can we add special TNT to our world, but we can affect the mobs in it. Even like look like a minotaur with a cold or something if you want that. Seeing things like this is what led me to start a series with my friend on an old channel called Portal Keepers, where I played with a mod called the Ranger's Apprentice mod. If you want to see me go back to that mod, because that is the first mod I remember playing, is the Ranger's Apprentice mod. I saw pirates there, I kind of only remember the pirates. Let me know in the comments. Multiplayer. Oh my goodness. This would start something in me that has continued for a very long time. You can just freaking play with other people on dedicated minigame servers or dedicated survival servers where everybody can raid each other or all work together.
This book showed me a different side, not only to Minecraft, but to gaming. It showed me the open world concept and being free to do whatever your heart desires. Even just the cover here, I think is so iconic. This bridge across mountains, the old mountains. We've got Minecraft's magic system right here, our pets. We've got a minecart rail over here with a little dog in it. just showcasing everything you can creatively do in this game. Who knows, if it weren't for this book, maybe I wouldn't be making Minecraft YouTube videos at the age of 22. Thanks, Stephen O'Brien. If you're interested in good old Minecraft nostalgia, I'm doing a series called Roots, where I do a classic Let's Play on modern versions of Minecraft. Good old vanilla Let's Play, try not to look up how to do all these different big farms and automation and things like that. Figuring out things on my own. What the heck does a comparator do? How about I make a minecart rail for no other reason than I want to? Let's be creative on a world that is very, very saturated with looking up guides and everything being instantly available on the internet. Let's problem solve. Let's be creative. Let's get back into that nostalgia. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and goodbye!
Comment a name on this, and you are the first one to comment. You will have named this mountain.
I figured I should probably make a nether portal, and I wanted to make this one a little bit better than the standard nether portal you'd see. So I used some inspiration from an old build I did